Welcome to episode 182 of the Ben Briggs podcast. I am Ben Briggs. It is Saturday, people. Saturday, the 30th of January, 2021. And I hope you're all right out there on this fucking snowy day at Briggs Towers. It's fucking snowing outside, people, for January. Yeah, it's a bit fucking cold outside at the minute. I don't know how the weather is where you are, but it's fucking shit. No doubt, as it always does, an inch of snow and everything will grind to a halt in this country. No doubt. There will be replacement bus services all over the place and people skidding off the roads because for some reason, although it happens every year, it snows every fucking year, more or less, around this sort of time. Here in the UK, England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, now that. For some reason, people seem to forget how to drive in the snow and just think, I'll drive like a cunt instead. Somebody went past me. I was doing, 50, I think, on the motorway, driving Miss Daisy, because I'm not a fucking idiot when it comes to driving. Not anymore, anyway. And somebody fucking zipped past me. They must have been doing about 80 miles an hour. And you just feel like going, just crash. Just crash. This is natural selection right there. Darwinism at its finest. Just hit something on the outside lane because the fucking outside lane had about an inch of snow down on it. And everybody was, because most people are using the slow lane and the middle lane. So the outside lane, the fast lane, was just fucking, and somebody zipped past on there they must have been doing about 80. Fucking idiots. Anyway, that's my, there you go. Here at the Ben Briggs podcast, that's what you get. You get safe driving advice as well. Make sure you got your snow chains on, baby. Let's have a little bit of tea and get into this, shall we? Nice bit of Yorkshire tea there. I don't know about yourselves, but I've had a bit of a frustrating couple of days, to be perfectly honest with you. I tried to fix something, and as ever, nothing seems to get fixed, and you end up having to replace the whole fucking lot. I had a kitchen tap. All I wanted to do with a kitchen tap, right? It was a little bit wobbly, at the base. All I wanted to do, and it was letting water down, the little hole. All I wanted to do was fucking tighten that up, maybe seal round it, just do a bit of a bodge job and seal it. And I went to tighten it all up, and the fucking the screw thing that goes through the bottom that clamps there's a sort of a half moon shaped clamp, and you have to screw something into there, and that clamps to the bottom of the sink, and then obviously the base of the tap gets tightened through that because there's a screw thing that goes all the way through. And that clamps to the top of the sink. That fucking sheared off because it was that fucking rusty, because it had years of dripping, which is no doubt going to be my future as an old man. So I fuck. So it went from just a simple job of tightening that up, and because it sheared off inside the fucking tap, I couldn't get another screw bit to go through, a threaded rod to go through. So I just fucking dumped the tap, and it cost me 75 quid just to fucking tighten it. This is what I even looked on fucking YouTube, watched about, I don't know, probably an hour and a half of videos just to make sure I knew what I was doing and that sort of shit. I know, people. Really, Ben? An hour and a half worth of videos, was it? Yeah, I watched a lot of fucking tap videos. Again, this is one of those things where you have to become a fucking expert in taps so you can fucking find out which tap is going to fit your fucking sink. Is there no, can we not just go for a standard fucking, hose length on a fucking tap, or a hose length, or a hose size, or a tap size? Isn't it, Who uses BSP, British Standard fucking whatever it is, measurements anymore? Not me, that's for sure. Just put it in millimeters. Don't use fucking inches or fucking imperial. Just put it in metric. Everybody fucking uses metric these days. Just put it in that. Nobody gives a fuck about inches unless they're, for some reason, measuring their cock. I don't know why they're doing that. Why would you take a measurement of a tap with a cock? I don't know. I know they both get rid of fucking fluids, but I don't know. So you have to become a fucking expert in taps. So I'm watching fucking YouTube videos about taps, and then they're obviously not doing it with a fucking rusty tap, are they? They've got a brand new tap. Oh, yeah, you just simply undo this. You put the little screwdriver in the bottom where the little notch is and just, you know, lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. That's all you do. They don't ever, like, you see them fucking under a sink that's got cobwebs and fucking rust and fucking limescale all over the fucking pipes where it's been dripping for years. And then suddenly they've got to take it off and it all goes to shit. It's all fresh stuff that they use, isn't it? Just simply loosen this off, clamp the half moon thing there, put the threaded rod up there, and you're away. It's a 2-minute job. It's fucking not. It's turned into about 2 days because I had to go and buy a fucking new tap and then make sure that fitted, like the bottom was right and covered the hole, and then it's got the right fucking seal. For fuck's sake, man. Yeah, so that was about 75 quid for a new fucking tap. But we're getting there, people. We are getting there. We're finally, the dripping tap in the kitchen has been fixed. It took me about, like an hour to fit that. I think that's far too long to fit a tap, really, isn't it? And make sure the flow's right. Then you've got to make sure the flow's right and not overflowing, or it starts blasting out like at a different rate because, the fucking tap can't take it. For some reason, like, there's different fucking flow rates on taps or something like that. I'll tell you all about it. I'll do a fucking podcast on fucking taps now. Being as you have to become an expert to just fit a fucking tap. And yes, I could have bought a plumber, invited a plumber around, but they fucking plumbers are like fucking gold dust at the minute. Everybody seems to want to get their fucking taps fixed. Anyway, so that's been my last couple of days doing that. It's been fun, I tell you. It's been fun. It's been one of the highlights of my year so far. What are we, 30th of January? And it's been right up there with putting together the fucking furniture that I've been putting together. Those two things, I think, so far are the highlight of my fucking year. Anyway, 8 minutes on taps there. It's my little rant out of the way. Let's have a little bit of tea. Here we go. So we've got. I was looking actually online on ways to make money. I don't know. This is one of the things. There's all. I think it was an advert or something like that. I didn't literally Google how to make easy money. None of these websites, by the way. I think it was an article on Facebook or whatever came up. None of these articles where it says how you can make £1,000 or $1,000 fast. None of these ever talk about either selling drugs or selling fucking blowjobs. They're all like, hey, you could earn money doing market research. Yeah, you could do. You could earn, like, £5 a fucking market research thing, or you could suck a cock down a back alley and get about 30 quid. I don't know. I don't know what the pricing is from there. Google it, email in, podcast@benbriggs.co.uk if you know the current going rate for those sort of things. Not that I'm going to try that. It's all stuff like market research, cashback apps. Let's have a look. One of the things, do freelance work online. That's what you can do. You do need a skill to do that. You can't just, start a blog. You can make a lot of money when you have a blog that attracts visitors if you don't mind sharing information with others. Yeah, just put your life out there. Go on. I could do that, couldn't I? I could start a fucking blog about fitting taps and shitty fucking DIY jobs that I'm doing. Just me at the end of it all, just a crumpled fucking mess with a broken fucking brand new tap in my hand where I've smashed it off the fucking cistern. Deliver groceries with Instacart and make money. You see, there's all these different ways, but none of them seem that practical. Rent your car on Churro or drive for Lyft. Sell stuff you don't need to raise cash fast. Who the fuck is going to want anything I've ever owned? That's what I always think. The only stuff I had that was ever in demand was when my parents moved out of their house. When was this? About 6-7 years ago, something like that. And I had all my Star Wars toys in the loft and just flogged the lot on eBay. That was the best thing I ever did and made some fucking money out of it as well. Save your spare change. Yeah, you can do that, but you need spare. Teach others English and earn cash. Can you imagine that? Me fucking teaching people English. Okay, first of all, you got to know the word fuck, fucking, fucker, and all of those, and various variations of that, and what context you can actually use those in. I mean, some of these are fucking lame. Become a babysitter, mow lawns. Cut your expenses and save money. Maximise bank bonuses. None of these seem that practical. It just seems rent out a room with Airbnb. Yeah, that's it. I've got a fucking. Briggs Towers is a 1-bedroom fucking ground floor flat. I could have somebody, sleep in the room and I kip on the sofa. Is that what I'm meant to do? Not that I was like short of money. None of these. Any of these things say get a second job. Has that escaped people these days? Do they just want to... I know we can't go out that much and that sort of thing, but surely get a second job is going to be right up there, isn't there? Get a paper round. I remember having a paper round when I was younger. It's fucking miserable. I think I earned something like £20 a week to deliver like 200 newspapers, and they were the post round fucking heavy, full of fucking leaflets newspapers as well, with the fucking property in there as well. So you had the property section that was fucking massive. You had all the leaflets and shit like that, and I was doing it when I was about 13. No wonder I'm slowly fucking becoming a hunchbacked fucking Notre Dame. That's my status at the minute. I thought it was my stomach just pulling me to the ground, as I said last week, but it could be the old paper round kicking in as well. Anyway, so there you go, people. There's 15 ways. Well, not all 15 ways, but there's ways to make cash out there if you need it in these troubled times. Let's have a little bit of tea. Spend less money on tea would be my advice to myself. Just cut down on all these exuberances and fucking luxuries that I have, like tea and fucking soya milk, which hasn't quite got the taste that normal milk has. But I can't really have normal milk because I've got a jippy fucking stomach after having my gallbladder taken out. So dairy products just seem to go straight through me, as was proved last year when I had a fucking milkshake on the way back from the pub at McDonald's and getting halfway home, and then there was I'm not going to lie to you, I disgraced myself. But luckily I was wearing camouflage trousers. I made it gingerly home. Oh dear. And I had to hose myself down in the shower, but there we go. Here we are, sharing shit, literally, on the podcast this week. That's a fucking wake up call, isn't it? I don't know if anybody else has had the had that experience where as an adult you've crapped yourself, but I've had it on a couple of occasions, and it is you just you think a bit more practical about it, don't you? You've got to do the cleanup somehow. It's almost like PTSD afterwards, isn't it? After you've cleaned it all up and fucking gagging, trying to fucking, somehow get that out of your underwear into the toilet without getting it on your hands, on the rest of you. You have a little look at yourself and you think, is this it? Is this my future? Is this where it's going to go? Just cleaning myself up. At least if you're in a fucking home and you do that and you've lost your fucking mind, A, you don't know about it, and B, somebody else is going to be clearing it up. This is the wrong age in your 40s to be shitting yourself, because you're going to remember it and you're the one who has to deal with it. When you're young and you're a fucking baby, you're not going to remember it, and somebody else cleans you up. And when you're old, this is this in-between age, if any accidents happen like that you're not, fully in control of. For one reason or another, we all eat something dodgy from time to time, don't we? Meat eaters out there, you might not cook a bit of chicken enough, and the next minute, you're throwing up out of your bottom hole. We all do it from time to time. We all get a jippy stomach, and we think to ourselves, there's a little bit of wind there. No, that's a little bit too solid to be wind. There we go. Anyway, we got we got a little bit diverted there. Fucking hell. I remember I used to do material about this, but I remember sprinting down a beach in Egypt and getting in there, getting into the toilet and realizing there was only one cubicle and it was taken. And that's the lack of benefits of the downside of eating salads abroad when you're in Egypt. Never going to do that again. Fuck knows if I ever go back there, whatever I'm going to eat, because I ain't touching the fucking salads. And you realise the cubicle is, and it's too late to save yourself. I don't know. Anyway, talking about chicken. Here we go, tenuous link. Let's have a little bit of tea before we start this bit. Talking about chicken, PETA, is it? PETA, the fucking people who apparently, I didn't know this about PETA. I don't know what that stands for, but they're the fucking animal people, aren't they? PETA stands for, let's have a look. PETA stands for... Joke, what? People for the ethical treatment of animals. There we go. Apparently these people, this is just a side note, put down more fucking dogs than any other fucking dog rehoming centre. They put down I think it's something like about 90% of the dogs that they come in, they fucking give a lethal injection or get rid of to other homes. There was a story I read a few months back where it was like PETA or whatever, like the people from there were coaxing a dog out of the yard of somebody over in America. And by the time the owners had realised and went down there, to say that it was actually their dog that was in the yard, they'd actually put the fucker down. Jesus, they're a bit keen, old PETA or whatever they are. People for the ethical for the execution of animals, it should be. Fucking hell. Yeah. So anyway. This is where the chicken thing comes in. PETA have sparked a debate after warning insults like pig and chicken. Insults, hey, you fucking pig. Hey, you fat pig. Hey, you fucking... Hey, what are you, some sort of chicken? What are you, chicken? Anti-animal slurs. This is what it's come to, people. Not only are they euthanizing animals at a rapid rate, is this not going too far? Hey man, I hate to be one of these people who goes, is this not political correctness gone mad? No, it's not, Ben. PETA called on people to stand up for justice by rejecting supremacist language. This is meant to be speciesism. This is a new ism that's out there. Not that I really think that pigs and chickens give a fuck. I think they're more worried about whether they're going to end up on your fucking plate or not, rather than whether we use their animal names, their fucking pronouns as a fucking insult. Animal campaigning group PETA, I'm going to call it that rather than Peter, has sparked a debate on speciesism after it warned, hey, using words like chicken describe a coward was an anti-animal slur. People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals called on its Twitter followers to reject supremacist language. This is... Who fucking runs the world? You're busy fucking putting down fucking dogs, 10 to the fucking dozen, that degrades animals by applying negative human traits to certain species. This is it. This is what it's come to, people. We're now degrading animals by using the word chicken for a coward or pig, greedy pig. Words can create a more inclusive world or perpetuate oppression. Right. Thank fuck we have got PETA there, people who industrially carry out their own holocaust of dogs. Thank God we have those to clarify that we can't use certain language to... I mean, is this, is it not getting lost? Is this just a smokescreen to cover up that they're butchering fucking dogs and fucking animals at a record levels? Calling someone an animal is an insult. Reinforces the myth that humans are superior to other animals and justified in violating them. Have they not fucking looked at the world? Have they not, human beings eat fucking chickens and fucking pigs. Just by the definition of the laws of the jungle and the fucking food chain hierarchy, of course we're fucking superior to animals, aren't we? We're around, we dominate this fucking planet. Are they not, say, hey man, that fucking, they're all on the same level as us. Are they? Have you ever walked in the office and, been called to seeing your boss and there's just a fucking chicken sitting at a desk, remonstrating with you about your performance? No. Fuck's sake. The animal rights organisation said people say snitch instead of rat, lazy instead of sloth, and repulsive. Should say that. That's what you should say. Snitch instead of rat. And then fucking somebody will say it's fucking anti-Harry Potter or something like that. Snitch instead of rat, lazy instead of sloth, you dirty snitch. And repulsive instead of pig. It added, perpetuating an idea that animals are sly, dirty, or heartless. Of course they fucking are. You go into a lion when it's ripping out a gazelle's throat and say, oh, do you mind, toning that down a little bit? It seems like a little bit, oh, sorry about that. Sorry. Yeah, you get up, Mr. Gazelle. Its fucking head's just lolloping from side to side. They're fucking animals. They don't have the same fucking conscience as we fucking do. Most animals don't anyway. They're just out for themselves. They've got that fucking survival instinct. That's what makes us fucking superior. Or is meant to, isn't it? The fact that we've got empathy and can see things, from other people's point of views. Speciesist language isn't just harmful, but it was also inaccurate. Pigs, for instance, are intelligent. Yeah, I haven't seen a fucking pig go into space. I haven't, seen it design a fucking app yet. This is the whole thing about, a species about being intelligent and other, I haven't seen them written a great fucking play or a fucking novel yet. When I see a fucking rat do that, or a pig do that, or a fucking dolphin do that, what we generally regard as being intelligent, You get these things, don't you? Hey, this elephant has just painted a picture. It's fucking brush strokes on a fucking canvas. It ain't, it ain't Da Vinci. And show empathy for other pigs in distress. Snakes are clever. Snakes are clever. Have family relationships and prefer to associate with their relatives. That's different from 99% of humans. I'll give them that. Peter urges everyone who believes in equality and justice to take a look at their personal beliefs and the language they use and break free of this outdated mindset. Is this not just to get them in the fucking press? Isn't it? Just they'll say, some fucking wishy-washy fucking person who's got no idea that they're causing a fucking puppy holocaust in the background has come up with this and said, I don't think we ought to really say chicken, and say, hey, that's really good. This will appeal to the fucking wet-panted fucking liberal fucking wishy-washy fucking woke fuckers who, they're just saying, hey, we all want to be nice, don't we? Oh, Jesus, whilst they're tucking into a fucking chicken Kiev. Always be kind and consider not using insults at all. I'm sure the animals are more worried of getting a fucking bolt through the fucking brain than they are. Not that they can understand us anyway. You know what I mean? They're not walking around going, well, I really fucking, I'm a chicken and I'm a fucking brave chicken. I am. Fucking hell. I mean, I don't think they can fucking understand us, to be perfectly honest. You know what I mean? I don't think a chicken can really relate to this, having the same fucking mindset or cognitive functions that we fucking have. Dogs are meant to be our best friend. You can teach them to fucking sit and shit outside and things like that, can't you? But you can't really have a conversation with them. Even a dog that's well-trained or whatever, every now and again you tell it to do something and it just looks at you like you got fucking 3 heads, doesn't it? Or just runs off. The amount of dogs you just see bolt for it as soon as they're off the lead. And you have to get them back with a little fucking treat. Because that's all they're fucking... I don't know. 6 years vegan, please stop making us look ridiculous, said one Twitter user. But not everyone agreed with the charity. Yeah, fucking... Another are, so when you call somebody a vegetable, is that insulting to plants? I haven't heard that insult. You fucking vegetable. Jesus. Here's somebody who agrees with, this is the food chain. Humans are at the top of it. Yeah, we are, until we're, in situations with things that are physically stronger than us. We're at the top of the food chain if we've got a gun. If we haven't got a gun, and we're either in the water or in a jungle or in some sort of wilderness, our position in the food chain goes under the things that are bigger than us, that eat meat. Tigers, sharks, bears, that sort of thing, or packs of animals. Against one wolf, we'd probably do all right. Against a pack of wolves, our place in the food chain diminishes greatly to that of being on the same level as a deer. Oh, fucking hell. This is what it's come to, people. Speciesism, 2021. These are the big issues, aren't they? This is something that needs to be solved immediately. Jesus. I have no need to harm and kill animals, and so I don't, and instead #choose love. Here's some fucking wishy-washy prick. I reject #speciesism. I am #vegan. Oh, God, here we go. I have no need to harm and kill animals, and so I don't, and instead #choose love. Yeah, try telling that to a bear that's fucking literally bearing down on you as you're running away, and you've got the choice of either jumping over a cliff or having your fucking arms ripped off with one swipe of a bear's paw. What are you going to do then, Catherine? Are you going to go, hey, man, I'm a vegan, and hand it a fucking parsnip as it's drooling whilst looking at you thinking, this is going to feed me and my fucking cubs, and I am going to eat your insides first because they're warm. It's a brutal world out there. I think the last thing, that we need to worry about is, offending chickens and snakes. I'm not sure snakes really understand us. I'm sure, I've seen them eat various things like rats themselves, and they don't look like they're really perturbed if you call somebody a snake. If, as an insult, they're too busy swallowing rats and mice whole. What are we on? 30 minutes, people. That was episode 182 of the Ben Briggs podcast. If you have any questions or anything like that, you can just email me podcast@benbriggs.co.uk. I will be back on Tuesday, motherfuckers. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll speak to you then. Take care.